Hi guys, so welcome. For today, I have my red shirt on. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, it's red because we're talking about love. And yeah, such an amazing topic. As you can tell from the title of the video, the title is love a feeling or a choice? Yeah, I know this sounds very like conversational, like discussive essay kind of thing, but I really it's a question that's really been on the back of my mind for like I guess 5 years now, since I was 17. Why? Because I've been a big fan of like K dramas or like rom-coms, for like the longest time, and I've always loved like the romance genre. I'm a bit like Laura Jean, from To All the Boys I've Loved Before. If you watch that movie, where she is obsessed with like love novels or romantic stories or whatever, but she never really got the courage to be in a relationship before with a boyfriend. So for me, it's not more about courage, but more of like I did not really think about going into a relationship before, even though I love the romance genre so much. Yeah, so that's why it's a bit personal for me, this topic. And why is it so personal? Is because in one rom-com that I watched recently, not going to name names, but it's basically how the protagonist, he didn't get the girl, that he wants, and his best friend is just comforting him and says like, hey yo, like girls get into a relationship because of emotional security, so don't worry if she rejects you, because they'll come crawling back to you in the future once you earn money, regardless of how you look. And I was like, wow, is that really all love is reduced to in popular culture? Like, yeah, I guess there's also a sense of emotional security. People get into relationships because of that. Like they want to feel love, they want to feel like they can lean on someone. But is that really all that's reduced to? Okay, so for the sake of this video, I'm going to be of the opinion that people date to get married. So that means if I get a girlfriend, I'm getting a girlfriend to get married to her. We can go into a huge long discussions maybe next time about how flings happen, about dating for the sake of it, dating to try out, all these kind of things, whether it's right, whether it's wrong, never mind. We're just talking about like dating, marriage. And also the second thing that I'll be focusing on is romantic love. So in Greek it's called eros love, which is talking about romance between two people. And I know there's a lot of anomalies for everybody when it comes to love. It's this big giant thing, that people have been searching for all their life, or maybe people have been hearing about all their life. So everyone has an opinion on it. But just know that whatever I say in this video is after years of understanding this topic, slash also interviewing people of all different ages and all different stages of their life, as you will know later on in the video. So yeah, so that's my general opinion. All my disclaimers are done. Yeah, so basically, the idea, the notion that I said just now of like emotional love, emotional support. I slowly found that it wasn't just rom-coms, or that particular rom-com, but it's in almost every form of popular media, like pop culture. You see in films, you see in movies, you see in songs, you see in art, you see in plays. Romeo and Juliet, all about romantic love. I mean, I won't dive deep into it. I don't want to spoil that movie, the play, but you should go watch it or you should go read it. It's all about love is a feeling, where it's presented to be a thing to be sought after because you're lonely or you need emotional support. Yeah, if you think a guy or you think a girl, she's cute, he's hot, she's, I don't know, she's cool, she's attractive, you should chase them, because that's what love is. It's all about feelings. It's about the butterflies in the stomach, and it's about that drive towards wanting to be with them. So yeah, so love is always presented more of a feelings than a choice in popular culture. Yes, I know what you're thinking now. Ariel, this one time video, are you just trying to like convince me that love is a choice instead of a feeling? Yes and no. Because like I said, I'm trying to be as impartial to this whole video as much as possible. Because number one, I've never been in a relationship before, so this is like an outsider talking and documenting it. But yeah, I do believe that love is a feeling. to a certain degree. Why do I say that? Because if not, how do people even start in relationships in the first place? I mean, if you think about it, I must like you a little bit, right, more than the rest. That's why I'm in a relationship with you. That's why I choose to be your boyfriend. That's why I choose to be your girlfriend. You know, because I like you a little bit more than everyone else. And I see something in you that I like. Like maybe it's your face, maybe it's your character, maybe it's your body. You know, all these kind of things. It's that something, you know, that physical attraction that people are drawn towards, like diffusion. You know, last week we talked about physics, right? This week we talked about bio, like biology diffusion, where concentration of higher gradient goes to a lower gradient. It's always the attraction. And where am I now? Yes, because of that, I believe there's always this element of love is a feeling, you know, but I don't believe it should be the end all be all. Honestly, personally, I am scared of jumping into relationships. Why? It's because, you know, like I said just now, I have the privilege of knowing couples of all ages, all stages of their life. Married for 20 years, married for 1 year, boyfriend still, girlfriend still, 20 years old, 60 years old. You know, I've talked to couples of all ages. I have the privilege of knowing all these people, these amazing folks. And I always ask them, you know, what's the most difficult thing in their relationship? And they always tell me, like, is something that they love about their partner in their courting stage, in the dating phase, it suddenly becomes a bit irritating to them. What do I mean by that? It's because maybe for their partner, the habitual lateness, you know, they can tolerate it, they may find it a little bit cute at first, or they may find it a bit interesting, but after a while, after the feelings have faded, it becomes really annoying, you know, especially if the person is like always on time, and the other person is always late. Or maybe it's their blur mentality. You know, can be quite entertaining, quite cute at first, but after a while, oh, it's a bit irritating already. And I think that is why I'm so afraid of jumping into relationships where something that I may find cute in the person slowly becomes something that I find not, you know, that I'll find irksome about the person, and it makes me fall out of love where their flaws are outweighed by my feelings. Yeah. So it's like, you know, very scary what, right, if you think about it that way. So is love still a feeling then? Since it's so easy to fall out in love and lose that feeling of butterflies in the stomach because of their flaws or their differences with you. But after probing the couples for a little bit longer and asking them about what makes their marriage work, or what makes them still stay in this relationship even though even though they have all these differences, they always tell me something which is revolves around this idea of choice. So they choose to pick their partner all the time despite their partner's flaws. What do I mean by that? Every day they wake up, if they are married, they wake up next to their partner. If they're not, they wake up, you know, and they'll talk to their partner the next day. And they always have this choice of communication. That's also another keyword that they said, where they choose to be with their partner despite the differences, despite their flaws. You know, they choose to love their partner regardless, you know, because they're aware what they love them in the first place will fade eventually over time. So all that's left is whatever that is, you know, inside of them that will never fade, that they have to try and love every single day. I don't know whether I'm making sense, but yes, this is what I feel, this is what they told me. So in other words, to make it more simple, love for them is about choosing their partner, regardless of how many flaws they have after marriage, or really like if they're thinking towards marriage, you know. If you can't, that's why marriages fail, and that's why people become distant, and that's why I guess breakups happen or divorce happens, because people can't reconcile these differences. So I think for me it's comforting to know that we shouldn't be afraid to jump to relationships because we're scared that our feelings will fade over time. Because love, from their point of view, is solely based not on feelings, but rather on a conscious effort that we make every day to love someone, no matter who they are. So it's that conscious choice of loving someone that makes them stay in the relationship for so long. And I know I'm talking about romantic relationships, but I like to sidetrack for a while and talk about what Christ did for us on the cross, you know, Jesus. Because as I was typing this script, as I was writing this and interviewing them, I thought, wow, this is such an interesting parallel to Christianity, where Christ did choose to go on the cross for us. He did choose to come down to earth. He did choose to walk among us. He did choose to save you from your sin. That's what Christians believe. And I think that's why Christians believe God is always love. God is all about love. It's because He embodies this principle of choice very well. He chooses you despite your flaws. He chooses you despite of what you've gone through. He chooses you every day, despite of whatever that you may have done wrong to Him. Choice is a very powerful thing in love. And that's why I believe some arranged marriages work. Because it's a choice. You know, if like I'm together with someone and I choose them, and I'm together with them not because of their physical appearance or because of their character or whatever, I'm arranged marriage, right? So, but then how do they still stay together? It's because of a choice. They choose every day to love the person that they are with after marriage. And maybe, you know, after a while they get to know each other and they get to see that, hey, they have more common interests, and that's how love flourishes. So sometimes it's quite weird, you know, how love is a choice first, then it becomes a feeling for them. But most people it's feelings first, then become a choice. Yeah. But please don't get me wrong, you know, disclaimer here again. If you're in an abusive relationship, or if you're in an unfaithful relationship where your partner is always cheating on you, then I believe it's also your choice to walk out of it. That is the power of choice in love. You know, I can choose to make it work. I can choose to forgive the other person, but I also can choose to walk out of the relationship if the other party is not willing to choose me and is not willing to honor the basic terms of this relationship or this marriage, you know, for better or for worse. Like, these are the vows that people take in a marriage, and we don't say that lightly, you know. People just say that thinking it's just a ceremony, but we say that because we mean it, for better or for worse. If you don't honor these terms of the marriage, then I believe it's also your choice to walk out of it. So I say so much, right? Is love a feeling or is love a choice? Back to the central theme and the central question. Well, after asking so many people, after pondering about this question for so long, you know, I believe I don't have all the answers, and I believe whatever I say here also you may not agree with, and I also don't know whether I will agree with wholeheartedly also. I'm quite a hypocrite in this sense. But I believe that love is a feeling. Yes, it's needed for two people to fall in love with each other, and to be emotional balanced for one another, to be emotionally dependent on one another because of that. But it shouldn't be everything, because eventually it becomes a choice after the feelings fade. I'm talking about marriage, but I'm also talking about how in the dating phase, you know, feelings may fade even in the dating phase, not even marriage. But you choose to love them still, despite the differences and despite their flaws. We shouldn't be in relationships with people who makes our hearts flutter only, or we think it's cute, or we think, you know, we are attracted to them based on their physical appearance or their emotion or their character. But rather be in a relationship with people who are willing to choose us no matter what, despite our differences every day. Where they prove that they are faithful enough to be with us. And I think that's what the high standard is we should always hold our partner accountable to. Where are they willing to choose us despite knowing our true selves? It's a tongue twister right there. Maybe they won't accept us all the time, you know, because they're humans also. Maybe they also like may have some bad days, you know. But overall, are they willing to put aside their pride and say that I'm willing to be with you despite of whatever you've gone through, for better or for worse? Because what made me love you in the first place? Yes, is your attractiveness, but what makes me love you now is more than that. It's because I choose to be with you. I think that's what love is all about. You know, love is a feeling, and love is also a choice. Some people it's a choice first before it's a feeling, but some people it's a feeling before it's a choice. And without these two sides of balance, right? If one is higher than the other, I believe we'll tip the emotional scale, and then that's when love doesn't work out. So, yeah, it's quite a long video, but I just summed up maybe like 5 years of mental discussion in my head. Because I believe it's very important. and it's something that we should always think about, you know. How can we balance this idea of love, which is a feeling, or this idea of love is also a choice, and in our day-to-day life. Maybe you won't agree with my conclusion. Find your own conclusion, you know, like seriously, find your own conclusion, and let me know, you know, what you think. Because number one, I'm not even in a relationship, so I can't really like for sure this is the right answer, you know. I can't do that. Maybe you have more experience than me, you can tell me about it. But this is what I've understood about what love is, you know, from popular culture and now biblical culture, and maybe even now after seeing both sides. Understanding that love is a feeling and love is also a choice at the same time. So yeah, that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a very long video, I know. I'm sorry, but I'll see you all soon in the next video. Bye, see you. Bye.